Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at eTrailer, and today we're taking a look at installing the Curt 7-pole trailer wiring harness on a 2023 Chevrolet Traverse. Adding a 7-way plug to the back of your Traverse is going to be a great option when pulling a trailer that has a 7-pole plug. It's going to give you all your lighting functions, which include your running lights, your turn signals, and brake lights. Also, this is a great first step to getting a brake controller installed, as this is going to be required to send that brake output signal. Now, as far as getting this installed, this is truly plug and play. The plug to tie into this harness is just located behind the fascia, and really all you have to do is run the rest of the harness to where you're going to mount it up. And in our case, we ended up opting for a short bracket that you can pick up here at eTrailer, as well as the 7-pole bracket, and that way you can get a nice clean mount that's going to be solid here. Now, as far as that installation goes, I'll walk you through all the steps, make sure you get yours installed. So let's take a look at this. Now, to get this installed, it's going to be super easy to do if you are already doing the hitch on your vehicle to knock it out at the same time. Reason being is you have to pull the fascia off on this vehicle to get the hitch mounted up. But it's not necessarily impossible to do this. But while we have the fascia off, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. That way you get a nice clear picture of what exactly we're going to go after. So on your vehicle, you're going to want to reach up by the driver's side exhaust, and this is the plug that we're going to be using to tie into our 7-pole. Now, this has a plastic push pin, and so if you have your fascia still on here, it might be worth prying this off. That way you have a little bit more room to work. So you can use a flathead screwdriver. I have a trim panel tool, but this is, again, just to give us a little bit more here. Now, this is just a dummy cap. You'll just pull this red tab back, which locks it, and then push on this portion, and then you can take this off. And at this point, you'll just take your new harness that you'll have. This will just snap into place. And then routing the wire, you're going to want to try to keep this away from the exhaust, obviously. And this is where it kind of can get tight with your fascia on, but you can utilize a hitch with zip ties to kind of zip this along before making your way over to where your hitch is. Now, this has the access panel on it. So what I recommend doing for the 7-pole, you don't really want to drill into your hitch to mount it up. What we did is we grabbed a no-drill short bracket that just uses a large hose clamp to go around the hitch, and then we picked up a 7-pole bracket, and that way we can get our 7-pole mounted up. So we'll feed this through, and then we'll grab our 7-pole end, and then this will just plug in. And at this point, obviously, you could have that access panel off to accomplish all of this. And then we'll just take our hardware and mount it up to our new 7-pole bracket. Now, when picking up the no-drill short bracket, it does come with the hardware to mount it up to the 7-pole. You may have to slightly drill out the holes for it to properly align. And some 7-pole brackets will come with the hardware. We had to source our own. So if you don't have extra hardware lying around, you might want to find a kit that does have that hardware included. That way you can save yourself a trip to the hardware store. Now, once you have this mounted up, you're going to be left with a decent amount of extra wire loom. So what you can do is just coil that up and zip tie it onto the hitch. Again, making sure that we don't make any contact with the exhaust is going to be really what we're looking to do. So you can use the zip ties included in your kit to get this all zip tied up. Now, before you just hit the road, you do want to test to make sure that the plug is working properly. We're going to be using a 7-pole tester, and this is going to simulate hooking up to the 7-pole on your trailer. So the best way to do that, take your trailer, put it up to your 7-way, run through the light signals before you hit the open road. So just plugging this in, we see that we already have our 12-volt, which is a good sign that it's working. I'll hop in the vehicle, run through the light signals, and make sure that we have signals from all of our lights. First, check our running lights. Next, our left turn signal, our right turn signal, and then our brakes. And also, if you have a trailer brake, you're going to want to check to make sure that you're getting an output from that as well. We don't have one installed here, so that concludes our light signal test. Now, all that's left for us to do is get our fascia put back on, since we did the hitch at the same time. But if not, you're ready to go. Just make sure all your wires are nice and clean where you want them, and you can start enjoying your 7-pole wiring. And that was a look and installation of the Curt 7-pole trailer wiring harness on a 2023 Chevrolet Traverse.